Together we stand, a family so strong, in unity of Sun Lakes where we all belong. With love in our hearts, we share the same goal, to lift up each other and make our spirit.
It is 10 o'clock. It's time to go. So find a seat if you're not sitting. We have a beautiful crowd today. Check this out. Thank you all for being here and celebrating, and the holiday season is right with us. And we're glad that you're here. Please silence your cell phones if you haven't already. I'm in an improv group, and every single week somebody's cell phone goes off. Isn't that right, Kate? Every week. I am on platform today. I am Mark Wendt, and we want to thank Linda Downey for today's flowers. They're beautiful. Thank you. All right, next slide. All right, welcome friends. Do we have any people here today who are not regulars or we have not seen in a while or never seen? Oh, all right. Would you please introduce yourselves to us?
My name's Lori Souza, longtime Unity, but I'm glad to be here today.
Gloria, nice to see you, and I think you're as tall as I am, which is unusual for around here. We have a welcome that we always give, and let's do it today, especially for Lori, but for all of us. And that is, we love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. And I hope you all feel very welcome. I know I do. And oh right, we have another coming in today. All right, we're ready for some music, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, the JaJas. Do you hear what I hear? Oh, what a great Christmas song to get us kicked off here. Thank you, ladies. Not yet.
We would love for you to sing along. 'Tis the season, right?
How about we block it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how about we step out of the way?
You don't know the words to do, you know?
Yeah.
It's call and response.
Said the night wind to the little land. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little land. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea. With a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? Know what I know? In your palace form, mighty king. Do you know what I know? Know what I know? A child, shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. People everywhere, listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. A child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness us the way, didn't he?
Opening prayer today will be by Frederick, and then we'll follow that with daily word, and then I believe a meditation song. So come on up, Frederick.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Reverend Jeanne is smiling, so first thing she said to me, I'm looking so forward to your prayer. No pressure, right? I got out of the truck this morning and I kinked my back, so I'm going to have to hold on over here.
All right. Get right on top of that. Out of here.
Okay. It is a beautiful morning, isn't it, in the neighborhood? Make no mistake, I'm Fred Kester, not Fred Rogers.
Other way.
As you hear my words, allow them to gently ease you into the energy of prayer. Closer. Oh my.
Sorry, everybody wants to hear.
Okay. Yeah, no pressure again, right? Now notice your breath entering your lungs. And as you breathe out, let go of the business of your day while your attention moves from the thoughts in your mind to the divine connection within your heart. Gently breathe in again and hold this breath for a moment. Now exhale any troubling thoughts into the world. Being fully present now to the sacred moment. Breathe again and realize every breath is God touching you, bringing unlimited joy, unlimited understanding, unlimited love, and unlimited peace unto you. Know that each of these qualities of your being is being itself. As this Advent season enters a week of focused peace, envision that each divine intention you have changes everything and everyone in your path for the better, for which we are most grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Hello. Hello. Happy to see all of you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. The daily word for today is on peace. I give the gift of peace. I begin the second week of Advent by affirming peace for myself and all beings and letting the peace of God flow through me. Peaceful living does not mean isolation from noise or turmoil. It means calm even in the middle of the hullabaloo. At this time of year, when we seem so busy and rushed, I rely on the peace of God that resides within to promote calm in my home, in my life, and in the world. Prayer helps me stay centered, serene, and relaxed, so I can be an instrument of peace, holding thoughts of tranquility and affirming in every heart. I move through this day and the Advent season, affirming kindness and compassion. I give the gift of peace as I let it flow from my heart. Life ripples like ripples on a lake, sustaining every person in eccentric circles of tranquility and goodwill. From Romans 15:33, the peace of God be with all of you.
Thank you, Sheila. We're going to carry the loveliness of our word of the day into meditation with us. This song is really all about the word of the day. I invite you to make these words your own. You can close your eyes and just let them take you on a little journey. I hear the wind in the pines whispering your name, and I know that you are near. And when I see my reflection in the stillness of the lake, I know that you are here. I'm gonna gently let go and surrender, ever so gently let go and surrender. And in the fire raging and roaring your name, I know that you are here. And in the smoke that billows, I can see myself in you, and I know that you are here. I'm gonna gently let go and surrender, ever so gently let go and surrender. I know that the world shows me a reflection of all that's going on inside me. But if I can stop resisting, if I can stop resisting, if I can stop resisting, I will find my peace in me. I know it's gonna be okay. God within told me to say, I'm letting go, and I surrender.
surrender.
Close your eyes and go within. Imagine yourself by a brook, quiet brook, with holding the world in your hands. We welcome December in. We bring peace into our hearts. We see peace all around us. We envision a card or a decoration, or just the sign of the holiday season with peace. Peace begins within. Jill Jackson Miller heard the sign of peace within herself as she wrote, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." As we see this peace within us, we know it was meant to be shared. We know God as our Creator as we walk this earth with each other. We envision holding hands with people all around the world. We unfold our globe and share the peace with each other, with all the beings on the planet. As we live each moment in peace eternally, we hold on to this feeling of love, light, and peace. And then we share it with everyone, starting with yourself, then your neighbor in your next chair, our community, our state, and the United States, then the rest of the world. Just envision that peace surrounding the globe. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. As we come back into this room, on that chair that's holding you, we know that God's peace is within us to share. We are peace. And so it is.
Our theme for this month is Welcome Home, Home to Your Heart. And as we ponder the meaning and experience the spiritual depth of Christmas, we prepare ourselves for the re-experiencing birth of the Son of God, self within. We must be in the right place mentally and spiritually for the Christ Spirit to be born in us. There is a depth within, a place of transcendence. Jesus called it the inner chamber. I call it home. The place within where we consciously meet God. The kingdom of heaven within. So how many of you worked with home this past week? Ooh, I'm so happy to hear that. Curious, would anyone care to share an experience? briefly. Okay. Maybe next time. So I also wanted to remind you guys that we have the Secret Pal going on all month. And people that put their names in the basket, some people forgot to take them out. And so if you're not receiving, try with all of your might to not take it personal, because the Secret Pal practice is not about getting the gift. It's about giving the gift and receiving joy from giving the gift. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And if you forgot to take a name out, it's okay, because at the end of that day, there was 0 left. So whoever put in should be taken care of. And also, the Secret Pal has no rules. So I want to remind you guys, there was no rules. There was no step 1. Go home from church and write an envelope and send, okay? It was up to the individual. So whoever received your name, you must remember it's up to your Secret Pal. However they show up in the world. It's about people in the world. We are diverse. So maybe give your Secret Pal a little grace if you haven't received something.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll talk. So today, we're being invited to nurture our hearts, to take good care of this place inside that can sometimes be ignored. Maybe a whole lifetime we can ignore ourselves, our heart. And when we do put our focus on that place within, the end result is peace. Peace of mind. And there are 3 ways that we'll explore coming home to our heart today. It is through acceptance, through presence, and through stillness. But first, I have another cheesy Christmas joke for you, because I know that you all love to laugh. This joke is titled, How Not to Receive a Bike. Little Leroy went to his mother demanding a new bicycle for Christmas. Well, the truth is, little Leroy had not been a very good boy this year. And his mother said that she was sure that Santa Claus would not bring him a bike. And she said she is certain that her father would not give him a bike either. He must have been pretty bad. This news caused little Leroy to throw a temper tantrum, and so his mother sent him to his room saying, well, why don't you just sit down and write Jesus a letter? Maybe he can help you out. After he calmed down, he decided to write a letter to Jesus. So he wrote, Dear Jesus, I've been a good boy this year. And I deserve to get a bicycle for Christmas. Thank you very much. Oh, say hi to your dad for me. Your friend, Leroy. Now Leroy knew in his heart that he really had not been good all year. And he figured Jesus knew that too. So he ripped up the letter and decided to take another approach. Dear Jesus, I've been an okay boy this year, and I'll try to be better next year. I really want a new bicycle. Could you see that I get one, please? Yours truly, Leroy. Well, Leroy knew that this wasn't an honest letter either. He hadn't even been okay. And the bit about trying to be better next year was a complete lie. So he tore that letter up and he tried again. Dear Jesus, I thought about being a good boy this year. Can I please have a bicycle for my effort? Love, Leroy. Well, When Leroy looked down, in his heart he knew that he hadn't even tried to be good. So frustrated, he crumpled up that letter, he threw it in the trash can, and he went running outside. He aimlessly wandered about, depressed because of the way that he had acted all year, and even more depressed at the prospect of not receiving a bite for Christmas. He finally found himself standing in front of a Catholic church. He went inside and he sat in contemplation and reflection for quite some time. Eventually he got up and began to walk out the door when a table filled with sacred statues caught his eye. Immediately he had an idea. He grabbed a small statue and he ran out the door. He went home and he hid it under his bed and wrote one final letter. Jesus, I got your mama. If you ever want to see her again, give me a bite. You know who. Now back to our lesson of 3 ways we will explore coming home to our heart. Number 1, we'll talk about acceptance. Whenever you deeply accept this moment as it is, no matter what form it takes, you are at peace. Eckhart Tolle wrote that. This quote emphasizes the value of acceptance and of presence. By fully accepting each moment, regardless of its circumstances, we find inner stillness and peace. Embracing the present moment means letting go of resistance and judgment. Acceptance involves acknowledging reality as it is, which allows us to reduce all that internal conflict and stress that goes along with it. I was at an Empower Music convention with Barb several years ago, and the singer-songwriter David Roth was the keynote speaker. How many of you know David Roth? Good. A few good sample. He's a wonderful performer. He's very loving when he stands up in front of a group, and he tells a story and then he sings a song that goes with his story. And so he has a way of really resonating with people, and in a very intimate way. He'll touch you, and out of nowhere you will be moved. So he was talking about his life story, and it was quite shocking that, we all go through these hardships and we don't know. And we meet these phenomenal, talented people and don't realize where they came from. And his family was not so loving. His upbringing was filled with addiction and separation. He was very poor. He really struggled as an 18-year-old adult. He was out on the street. He went from busboy to different waiter jobs, feeling very lost, feeling extremely alone, separated. And he had a longing and a yearning inside him so strong to know God. But it just wasn't there. It wasn't in his reach. How many of you can relate? Yeah. So he tells his personal story, and then he presents the next song. It's titled, Will You Come Home? And the chorus of the song says, will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've been away you've been away from yourself from the start, but you can come home now. Come home to your heart. And I lost it. Thankfully, it was a dark room. It was full of people, but he got me. He resonated in a way that I could see that was going on for me for a long time. This was me always working, always taking classes, always saying yes to everybody and everything. And when I finally got to the root that day, it was me resisting what was so in my life. If you're always busy, you don't have to deal with this heart. And and it looks real good, producing all this great stuff. But it's lonely in here when you do not have that connection. And the root was I was not content. And so I was always outside looking instead of just coming home. So that day, David Roth, I had to run up to him and get his autograph, and I bought that album. I had to have that song because it was something that said, don't forget this moment. Don't forget, you are awake right now. Come home. Don't resist your reality. Eckhart Tolle says, acceptance involves acknowledging reality as it is, which allows us to reduce our internal conflict and stress. It fosters internal stillness, and without all of that noise of resisting what we cannot change, we create that beautiful space where peace naturally arises. This stillness is the foundation of tranquility. The ultimate result of accepting the present moment is peace. So by aligning ourselves with reality, we cease mental battles and can experience a profound sense of contentment. And that is what I was missing, contentment. Now let's talk about the present moment awareness. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus emphasizes the importance of focusing on the present rather than worrying about the future. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, it states, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." Each day has enough trouble of its own. Tolle stresses the importance of being present. When we are truly in the moment, we detach from the past regrets and the future anxieties. And this focus grants us a sense of clarity and calm. My mentor, Michelle Whittington, teaches me techniques to get present when I become aware that I'm not present. I've shared them with you before. Rubbing your index finger to your thumb for 30 seconds, focusing on, let me feel that fingerprint. 30 seconds, that's all it takes to get your mind off of that monkey mind into the present moment. And when you do it for 30 seconds, you're able to forget that thought that doesn't serve and move on into what's called your sage brain. But if you're over here in monkey mind, you're just in sabotage mind, and you can't get over here. You have to do something to bring you into the present moment. Another one is breathing through your nose, feeling the cool air going in and out. It's 30 seconds. It's not hard. So last week I talked about going home and getting grounded. And if you were not here last week, I highly recommend that you watch that service on YouTube. Connecting to your highest and best self. However you choose to do it is the best way to enjoy the present moment, that God self within you. And then stillness, taking the time to get still and disconnect from the outer world, the TV, the cell phones, our busy work, being still within. It's so important. According to Paul Hasselbeck in his book, Heart-Centered Metaphysics, he writes, stillness and mindfulness practices can help reduce stress by calming the mind and the body, and this can lower our cortisol levels, the stress hormone that leads to improved overall health. When we're busy doing and going, cortisol just pumps into our body. Mental clarity. Taking time to sit still allows your mind a break from processing the continuous influx of information. It can enhance your focus. It can improve your decision making. And it can also foster your creativity. It improves emotional balance. Stillness provides an opportunity to explore your emotions and thoughts without any distraction. This reflection can lead to a greater emotional resilience and the ability to respond more thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to situations. So if you do not sit in the stillness and get in touch with your higher self, and you're constantly pumping cortisol, and you have all these things going on, and someone comes up and says something to you that triggers you, if you have not been in stillness, whatever's been left inside of you can come out sideways. And you don't mean it, but it happens. So again, we're taking care of our heart today. We're bringing awareness to these simple things that we can do to have peace and calm and stillness. It also fosters spiritual growth. When you've been still for, say, 3 months, your people recognize you differently. They'll say, oh, she's changed. Oh, she would have changed. She would have come unglued 3 months ago. Look at her, she's just as peaceful and calm as can be. How many of you have experienced this in a partner or a friend? No, hands went down. Yes? Okay, we need to be able to experience this in our partners too, or family members. But it starts with us doing it, leading. And when they get it, oh wow, she's really different. Look at how calm he is. So we lead by example with stillness. Moments of stillness encourage being fully present, which can improve your relationships, as I was saying, and interactions. Practicing presence allows for truly listening to others, fostering empathy and understanding. So regular practices that incorporate stillness, such as what? What can we do? Okay, says this. Yes, meditation. How about yoga? Yoga fosters Tai Chi. It doesn't have to just be sitting. I've had so many people say, oh, I can't meditate. And they just write it off. I can't stop my mind from thinking. Try other things. Regular practices incorporating stillness have been shown to lower your blood pressure, to improve your sleep quality, to enhance your overall physical well-being. Elise could show you yoga, chair yoga. Zohar can show you dancing, being inside your body. Recharging and renewal. Just as the body needs to rest and recover, so does your mind, and so do your emotions. So stillness can offer a chance to rest, to help restore your energy and your motivation. And finally, he says, detoxification from technology. So I read a book called Stolen Focus that says it all. If we are not aware, we are taken. We are allowing our power to go out into the world with our phones. We know the Amazon driver by name. Half the time when things show up, you didn't even, why did I buy that? It's because our mind has been stolen when we're attached to our cell phones or the television all the time. Sometimes you're like, God, I gotta stop this. I gotta stop this. I need to get going. I need to write my talk. So cultivating a habit of stillness can be as simple as setting aside a few minutes each day for meditation. Doesn't take much. Quiet reflection, or simply sitting in silence. This deliberate practice of stillness can profoundly enrich your life, producing a grounding and centering practice amid the busyness of daily living. As was stated in our introduction, we must be in the right place, mentally and spiritually, for the Christ to be born within. And a peaceful mind and a peaceful heart, full of contentment, is that place. Christ is born in everyone, but in order for us to be aware, we need to foster this stillness. And so as we move closer to Christmas Day, let's turn our cell phones off. Okay. What? No walking here? Let's turn the television off. Oh no, it's easy. But let's take care, let's be mindful of how much time we spend on our electronics. Let's work on accepting what's so in our lives. Let's honor the present moment and honor that Christ within each one of us. That usually requires eye-to-eye contact. And let's become mindful of that stillness within, that peaceful place, that secret place of the Most High. God bless. Now let's have another song. Oh, our affirmation, I apologize. Let's say this together. I am free to shine and radiate my truth and beauty, joy and love unto the world. I remember who and whose I am. I honor the Christ within. The Christ is walking with me, guiding and loving me. Know this song, please sing along. Christ in you and Christ in me shows us all what we can be. Stands for our possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. Christ in you and Christ in me shows us all what we can be. Stands for our possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. We can go inside to where He dwells. We can emulate His ways. We can laugh and learn and love with joy and be peaceful here today. All together now. Christ in you and Christ in me shows us all what we can be. Stands for our possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. Deep inside we find Him still. If we
possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. If we only live His word a moment every day, fill our hearts with gratitude right now. Find that life is peaceful in a most abundant way, and we're connected by His life and love today. Christ in you and Christ in me shows us all what we can be. He stands for our possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. Christ in you and Christ in me shows us all what we can be. He stands for our possibilities. Jesus teaches the way. I know He does. Jesus teaches the way every day. Jesus
It is now time to give our offering today. The opportunity to put God first with all of our finances, thoughts, and our hearts. So let's say our offering blessing together. Divine love, richly flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way. And now we will sing I Am So Blessed by Karen Drucker.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. So grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We give thanks for the givers and the receivers of these gifts, knowing that everything that we give, we receive richly back tenfold. And so God bless each and every one of you for supporting our church and for putting God first in your lives. And also we thank everyone who donates online to the fostering of our church. Thank you. And I believe we have a guiding statement that is so powerful for all of us. And I know that each person in this room can use this guiding statement to help with the presence in your life. So let's say this together. There is only one power and one presence in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. And then we personalize this by saying this statement. There is only one power and one presence in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And now, today, if you would like prayer, please come to myself or Julia, or we will make sure that you get a prayer partner. And otherwise, during the week, if you wanted to take a picture of this slide, you can contact Silent Unity, who will pray for you the next 30 days, that prayer. And for announcements, don't forget this Saturday, this coming Saturday, is our Christmas party at Maria Blandings and Kate's house. And we are going to have a white elephant. We have a lot of people coming, like over maybe 50, but don't worry. We will have a lot of space outside with tables and chairs. It's a gorgeous garden, and the church is supplying the meat that Maria and Kate's son may help cook, but Maria and Kate make a mean beef brisket, and then we have people bringing potluck. There's a sign up in the back to let you can see what people are bringing, so we have a nice variety of things to bring. It's always so fun when we do the white elephant gift. If you're not familiar with white elephant, it is a gift that you find around your house, something you don't want anymore maybe. Somebody might treasure that gift. And so it's a fun game. And it's great fellowship. And then we also need, I asked last week for this, and we had an incredible greeting team today, and everything was set up wonderfully. So those of you who responded, I'm truly grateful. Especially Sheila was here before even the doors were opened. So thank you so much. And then also, no one has contacted me, but I thought it would be nice if someone could take responsibility to really make this area a beautiful Christmas scene, whatever is in your heart or mind, on our Christmas service, which will be December 22nd. So let me know if you're interested in doing something like that. I know we have a lot of creative people here. And then we have our collection for Christmas going on that benefits Sunshine Acres, and Mark Wentz is the point of contact for that. There's a list of things that they need, and if you could bring them here on Sunday. Mark, did you want to say anything about it?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, oh yes, we did tithe an amount that, so when I take the gifts there, I've also taken them a check, and it was $333.
Oh, wow, I love that number.
Nice number.
That's a great number.
And so thank you everybody, because I already have a pretty nice collection of things to take there. The deadline is next Sunday.
Okay.
Toys that you need, or
There's a list.
There's an email that was sent out that had a list on. So yeah, because they have kids from 2 or 3 all the way up to 19. Yeah, like craft things, balls, colored pencils, games. They didn't put clothes on the list, but I'm sure they would appreciate that as well. So
Thank you for heading that up, Mark.
Sure.
And then, of course, we have our Reiki group, our prayer team, and our metaphysical group that most of you here know who the contacts are if you would like to get plugged into these groups.
If I could add to that.
Yes.
The drum circle last time had, I think, 7 of us, Julia?
Yeah.
And that sure was fun. So if you want to just boogie down and get a little rhythm in your life, come on to the drum circle. Julia has a nice collection if you don't have anything of your own.
Next one will be in January.
Okay.
And so that's it for our, Julia has an announcement.
I do. We have Matthews Crossing year-to-date totals. Thank you all for donating $270. And, I'm sorry, that was for December. Year-to-date is $1,543 and 221 pounds of food. So thank you all.
Yes. Good group.
And Emily thanks us
And now we'll close the service. Want to say thank you for Barb bringing your music today, and thank you to the JaJas. And of course, we want to thank Linda for these gorgeous flowers, and Linda and Mike. Frederick for your beautiful prayer. I thought he did great, didn't you think he did? Julia for your meditation, and of course Mark always for platform. You did a great job. And Sheila, what did you do? You did the beautiful daily word. Thank you. So if anyone's interested, please sign up in the back. It's a great opportunity. I'm not going to forget him. Thank you, Derek. Doing a great job. We missed you those 2 weeks. But your brother did a great job too, so thank you. All right, let's stand and say the prayer for protection, and then we'll sing with Bruce the peace song. Come on up, Bruce. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, because you are and I am the I am. And so it is. Amen. And now we'll sing the peace song. You don't want to.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. This is a moment now. With every step I take, let's sing my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
God bless. Wonderful. Thank you for coming today.
Together we stand, a family so strong, in unity of Sun Lakes where we all belong. With love in our hearts, we share the